Dennis, your third day at Everton and we're here. Nice, sunny Austria. Could be worse, couldn't it?
Well, you couldn't have some more really in your third day. I mean, to be fair, like the last 2 days we've had back in Finch Farm, like it's been the same. So it's been fantastic in terms of making sure we've got the weather to get the work that we needed to get done.
So far, so good. What are your first impressions of Everton?
Oh no, it's a fantastic setup. I mean, the club itself on the whole, like we all know the history of the club. It's a huge club in terms of, you know, history, and the people at the club have been fantastic so far. So it's been 3 days of total enjoyment and work.
How pleased were you when you got the call from Roberto and he asked you to join him here?
Ah, no, it was quite enthusiastic. I mean, you wouldn't take anything away. Like I've had 3 fantastic seasons at Wigan. It's a very good club as well. I've gone really, really well with the people there. But then obviously when the call comes from the manager Roberto himself, I've got a good relationship with him. You know, I've worked with him as a player. He was the manager then. I've worked with him as a coach, and you know, he's got a bit of loyalty to him because he was the one that got me involved in the coaching setup in the first place. So, I mean, when the call came, I wouldn't say it was the easiest decisions, but in terms of what the club has to offer and what the club means and things like that to come to Everton, then you would say it was an easy decision.
And just in terms of your role, where do you see yourself fitting in? What will you be doing on a day-to-day basis? More
or less, I'll be doing the same role I had at Wigan. I'll be working along the first team. I mean, in terms of the under-21s, Alan Stubbs obviously is the manager, but I'm sure at some point, you know, I'll be able to, wherever is needed with the under-21s, I'll help Alan and assist him in whichever way is possible. So that is more or less going to be my role.
Speaking to Roberto, it sounds as if he wants to create a kind of path almost through the teams from the first team all the way down. Yeah. And then you're a big part of that.
Yeah, well, that's the way that he's always worked. He thinks, he believes that, you know, in order to have continuity and to be able to develop players, the players needs to be working similar in regards to what the first team doing. Like, so the coach needs to have an idea exactly what the manager is looking for, exactly what the first team work is like. So then, you know, you're not saying that you're going to go and do the exact same thing, but at least you're working in the same footballing philosophy with the under-21s. So I think that's where I'm going to come in. You know what I mean, in terms of, you know, giving whatever advice it is to Alan and trying to help him out so that we can develop football players for the football club.
What's he like to work under, Roberto?
No, he's very detailed manager. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He's as fair as they can come in terms of, you know, what he has to offer. And I think he's one of those managers that you need to be very sure about what you're going to do, because if you're not sure, then he probably would he would pick up on things, you know, very quickly. So I think working with him now for a while, I've got a good understanding of what he wants, how he wants to work, and in that way it helps me. And you know, with my attributes that I bring, because I'm a very disciplined, I'm a very detailed person in things that I get done. I like to make sure that things are done correctly. So in that way, the manager can just focus on creating a winning team.
And in terms of philosophy, similar to Roberto as well?
Oh yeah, I think football, you know, there's no wrong or right way in how you want to play the game, but I think in terms of the way the manager sees the game being played, it's the same sort of things that I would like to see. So I think that's why in the end we've managed to be working together for such a while.
And yourself, you come to this role now, what do you hope to bring, and how much are you looking forward to working with this group of players?
No, I think it's important for me as being an ex-player myself that I bring the experiences I've had from playing, and you know, you can bring the experience and knowing exactly what the managers want. You can help the players and them along the way, because some players do, you know, learn quicker than some. So it's important that you try and recognize the ones that, you know, might be picking up on things a bit quicker, helping them in terms of, you know, understanding what the manager wants, because players learn in different ways, and it might be from a first team player all the way down to an under 18 player. You know what I mean? So it's important that I, you know, try and observe, you know, see who needs help in which areas, who needs help assisting in certain aspects of the game. It might be something that I might recognize, that the manager might recognize, your assistant manager might recognize. I might be able to bring it to their attention and say, look, let's have a look, because I don't think he's quite grasping on what you want to do in those aspects. So I think in all, that would be more the easiest and the best way for me to try and assist the manager in getting his work done.
We mentioned the weather before. It is hot. You'll have seen Roberto during pre-season before. What can the players expect to be put through this week?
I think it's going to be a week of getting to understand what the manager wants. It's going to be a week of getting some intense work into the bodies, you know what I mean, getting that volume up so that the players and them can then push on, and then we can start pushing them a bit, you know, a bit stronger. I think also it's going to give the players the opportunity to understand exactly how the staff is and what the assistant manager, how he is, and you know what I mean, what Richard Evans and Iñaki Vergara, and it'll give them a more detailed insight into what the person is, and not just the coach and not just the manager.